Hey, how's it going, everybody? So we're doing some raids here and found a Dr. Moreau on defense. This is the new Season 4 hero that's pretty much like Drake, with the added benefit of the effect duration for the blind is reset if the target is healed. Paladin class, we also have the passive ability. Received damage is reduced by 20% for the first 3 times, which is a great combination with the Paladin class, so this guy can be pretty tough to kill. And then you also got this family bonus here where you can get this Underwild gem on the board with a 20% chance every time the special skill is used, since he's the only Season 4 hero on this team. So kind of an interesting lineup, all desirable heroes, but in sort of a strange combination in my opinion. So I'm going to use my standard rating team, and we're going to get a better idea of what this guy's capable of. So he's going to have the attack buff possibility here, and then I have 1 healer and no cleanser, so that means that, yeah, it's actually kind of an interesting counter to my team here, because I'll either have to wait it out, which Black Knight can definitely help with, or just deal with it. You know, I only have 1 hero that's dealing direct damage, so yeah, sort of an interesting matchup here in my opinion. Alrighty. So let me know in the comments if you guys had any luck getting any Season 4 heroes. That has just come around for the first time, obviously, so it is still very new. But yeah, it seems like there are some good heroes there. I did pull some of them. Okay, so like any fast hero, he's kind of slow to get going on the wing, but that's okay because I'm trying to chip away at some of the rest of this team, to get a little bit better control for this testing video. Alrighty, so we've got pretty high attack on all of our reds, so I think this 1 red tile kills. Yep. Okay, here he goes. So I could have used Garnet first to block this ailment, but I didn't. What kind of damage are we looking at here? Yeah, a little disappointing in my opinion, because that's 500 on defense, which means you're gonna, and he's at 20 emblems and probably at level 30 troops. I didn't check. But that means you're going to be 20% weaker on offense, which is quite weak. You know, that's like maybe 400 once you get max emblems with a high level troop. So, I mean, obviously I'm comparing him against some of the best heroes in the game, but yeah, I don't think blind, like for example, we look at Killhair, who doesn't, well, I guess needs a level 23 troop, but once she has it, charges at, essentially the same speed that he does. She's doing 300% damage to all. Yes, she does have the defense down to allies, but I don't see that being too big of a factor. And I don't know that I feel like blind is that valuable. So if you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below. It's sort of like occasionally the blind will help, is the way that I see it. You have a 35% chance for them to miss, so the majority of the time it's not going to do anything. So I suppose again it's better against AoE type heroes who, oops, I should have used Garnet. Too many things going on. Better against AoE heroes where there's, they're essentially hitting 5 times in 1 turn, so they have, a greater chance to miss, but I don't know. ever since they released Costume Catalan, where you get the dodge, but also something happens if the dodge occurs, which is if the hero dodges, you gain a minion. So you're basically healing if the effect works. And with blind, it's like, okay, if they missed, it'd be nice if they gave themselves, like a concussion effect or something, and that means that they can't gain mana for that one turn or something like that. That would be really cool. So I don't feel like there's enough of that if this, then that. There's just blind. I felt the same thing about Thor. So I really hope to see something like that in the future. I think that's a clear evolution for effects like that. Okay, so we had defense up. That was under 400 that time. We blocked the blind. So we'll let him fire a few more times. Okay, we still have defense up, but he's now going to hit more people. Yeah, 400-ish. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I find that kind of disappointing. I did pull this hero, and can't say I'm super eager based on what I'm seeing. He's not bad, but he's sort of middle of the road, and I feel like I'm at a point in the game where I don't want to use materials on middle of the road heroes. So obviously you can use him to better effect in a team, for example, with some defense down or elemental defense down. I always think it's better to match those to the same color. So defense down, that would be sort of Kunshin, but they don't have the right speed. Could be Tabards or Costume Tabards. Could be Panther. I don't have Panther. But any of those heroes can add useful utility to your team, especially Panther, who has a Dispel and does damage herself. But that will make his damage a lot stronger. Or like Costume Regard will help. I like matching those augmenting effects or ailments or buffs into the same color. And yeah, he's got potential, but I don't know, maybe he's a better defensive hero. And I'm sort of over ascending the heroes that are better defensive heroes, because like, what's the point of just spending the expensive materials so that your team can play by itself? But it makes it difficult if you have that blind on you, because you're like, okay, I don't want to play the whole match with this blind, so I don't want to heal, and it may make you think twice about your special skills. The computer's going to fire anyways, for better or for worse. But like, Costume Catalan's dodge, for example, definitely makes me think twice about whether I want to use a snipe, because I'm like, okay, if I waste it, then what kind of position am I in, especially if they're gaining a minion. Not only are they not taking damage, but they're also basically healing from it. So let me know your thoughts down below. I just wanted to show what his stats can look like when he's maxed up. Also, what kind of damage you can expect. You saw what it's like with increased defense, without increased defense. Yeah, he's pretty straightforward other than that, so that's kind of all there is to show with him. There's also that 20% decrease to damage taken from special skills for the first 3. People have reverse engineered the damage calculation for how damage works in this game, and I don't know where that effect falls in that calculation. Because it matters depending on where it is. Some things can have a bigger effect depending on what term of that equation they're part of. And I don't know where that piece falls. Like, for example, Glenda's special skill buff, damage buff, is weaker than just a standard damage buff, like Bold Tusk, for example. If you had an equivalent damage buff that was not subject only to special skills, it has more of an effect than hers does because of where it falls in the calculation. So that's an example. So yeah, I don't know where that 20% falls. I've looked at it with some other heroes, and it doesn't seem to be that significant. I think, it's going to look more pronounced as the damage increases. But it's something. It's basically like having even better stats on heroes that already have exceptional stats, for the first 3 hits. So makes him a lot tougher to kill, especially with the Paladin class. So definitely cannot say he's a bad hero by any means. Most people would say he's a good hero. I'm just looking at him against the better heroes in the game going, well, if he was to be a top hero, there would need to be more going on, is where I'm coming at it from. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any uploads. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.